had 2 instances lately where people have been really unkind about homeless people, and it is driving my teenage daughter bananas, so she wants to talk about it. So we're gonna have tea and talk about it.
So I want to tell the first story, and I want my mama to tell the second story. So we were leaving Barnes and Noble's, and we saw this homeless guy that was just asking for food. So we slowed down at the yellow light to give him $20. And this car behind us was really, really mad that we were giving a homeless guy money, and he was cussing at us and yelling and honking his horn many, many times and flipping us off, and he kept yelling at us, saying, calling us names and saying, "You guys are so stupid, he's just gonna spend that on drugs," when the guy just really wanted food. That's all he wanted. And this guy kept being mean and honking and yelling at us because we slowed down to just do that, and at a few lights, and then he sped past us at one light, and which didn't make sense because he was angry while he did that too, and it didn't make sense because he just was at all the same lights that we were after that, and I don't understand because it doesn't inconvenience you at all that we stopped for 10 seconds to give a homeless guy money. It does not inconvenience your day at all, but it did get that guy some food. So
yeah. The other thing that happened was we didn't witness anybody being unkind to this homeless guy, but so we were leaving a doctor and we turned the corner and there was a homeless guy there with his shopping cart. I think he was just waiting for his buddy that was being seen in the doctor's office, and we turned the corner and he kind of scared us, not because he was homeless, but because we didn't expect there to be somebody standing there. When we turned the corner and he was just like, "Oh, have a good night, ma'am," or "How are you, ma'am? Have a good night," something like that. And I was like, "Oh, you too, sir," and smiled at him. And this homeless man broke down in tears, and I was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong? Are you okay?" And he was crying just because I smiled at him, called him sir, and told him to have a good night. Basic human kindness. Humans have been so awful to him that this man broke down crying because another human being smiled at him and told him to have a good night. I don't understand why anyone would be unkind to homeless people or not treat them like they're human. I don't understand it. My teenage daughter doesn't understand it. And if my teenager gets that they're human beings and there's no reason that you can't show them basic human decency and respect, and if you can't help them out and buy them a meal because you're struggling yourself, that's fine. If you're not struggling and you can buy a homeless person a meal, why wouldn't you do that? But even if you're not buying them anything, smiling at them, say, "How's your day?" The same kindness that you give to anybody else who's not homeless, just walking around. You smile at people, hold doors. Why are we treating homeless people absolutely any different than that? There's absolutely no reason that a human being is breaking down because people have been so unkind to him for so long, just because you smile at him and tell him to have a good night. That should not be happening. This should not be the world that we live in. And my teenage daughter knows this. My teenage daughter actually was so upset and has been so upset over these things. And like she said, this guy, it did not inconvenience him at all.
at all.
To slow down for 10 seconds so that we could give this homeless man money for a meal. And no, he didn't look drugged out. And no, he didn't look like anything. He looked like he was just a guy who needed a meal. There was no reason for any of that behavior. And like my daughter said, he hit all of the same lights that we did. So him getting so angry and then speeding around us in a dangerous way, he hit every light that we did. There was no reason for it. But anyway, be kind. Homeless people are people too.
Homeless people are people too!
Homeless people are people too. We're going to say it again. Homeless people are There's absolutely no reason to not treat them with the same respect. Okay, we love you. Bye.